Okay, so we're going to now run some tables, okay, and then we're going to do proc means, okay, proc frequency, okay. So we're going to use this data, sales, okay. Suppose we want frequency tables, right? We want to create frequency tables. New program. All right, so we already have under MGT 4260 sales SAS data table. We already have that. So we can use proc frequency. Okay, so this will generate frequency tables for us. Now for all procs like this, you have to provide a source, data source. So where is the data going to come from? Okay, so it is, since it is not in work, okay, if you just say sales, then SAS will look for sales in work library. But this table is in MGT 4260 library. So that's how you will set the data, okay, and then tables, so gender space country, all right, run. So now we get the frequency table. So how many F's and how many M's, how many AU and how many US. And then cumulative frequency, cumulative percent, and so on. But suppose we want the F to be spelled out as female, M to be spelled out as male, AU to be spelled out as Australia, in the United States. What should we do here? Format. So we have to define a format. Okay. So format. Okay. Well. You have to first define format. So proc format, okay, and then value, okay. If it is a text format, the name should begin with a $sign. So country format, okay. So value country format AU equal to Australia, okay, US equal to United States, okay. Okay, so that is one format, country format. Within a single proc format, you can define several format names. So the next one is gender format. Say F is female, M is male. Okay, and then you say run. So both formats will get set up. So when you run this, okay, go to log and see whether that has been done. So the formats have been created. Okay. So then when you come to the frequency table, and then you specify format, country, you use country FMT, and then you have to end with a period. All formats must end with a period. Okay, so that's, and then format gender is dollar gender FMT. Okay, then you run your table. Okay, so then Australia in the United States, and I messed up gender somehow. Yeah, that should be gender like that. Format. That's the reason why the gender didn't get set properly. All right, so now you have that label done properly. So one more table. Suppose we want. So these are individual tables. Suppose if you want crosstab, then you can do tables, okay, country star gender. Okay. So when you put a star in between variables, then that will generate a crosstab for you. Okay, so like that. So when you do a crosstab, you get your expected frequencies, your row-wise expected frequency, column-wise expected frequency, and so on. And if you want a test, okay, for contingency test is a chi-squared test. So you can do slash. So all options come after a slash. So we have tables, slash, and then the options. Now this chi-squared will now generate a chi-squared statistic and a p-value for you. So here it is. So here is the contingency table. Okay, so here are the chi-squareds. So with this p-value, the first one is what is of interest. So what does this mean? The p-value of 0.73 means you cannot reject the null hypothesis. So what is the null hypothesis in this case? For a contingency table, the null hypothesis is the variable represented by the rows, the variable represented by the columns, they are independent. Okay, so that's your null hypothesis for the crosstab. So which means the distribution of males and females employees in the sales department is independent of the country to which the office belongs. So that means it's pretty much the same, whether it is United States or Australia. The proportion of males and females in the sales workforce is the same. If the p-value had been less than 5%, then you would say it's different.